So in today's show, we are going to talk about crabs in your life. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Boorman. And if you are coming through, please do let me know down below. Please let me know if this resonates. Digby, come here. Good boy. Come here. Good boy. Starters mean to go on. You wait there. Good boy. Sit down. Fucking dogs on these lines. They're a nightmare. So listen, last night we were sitting down and I was doing a intro workshop to some of the new guys who had just come into the mastermind off the 28-day challenge. And we spent about 40 minutes just making sure that knew where they were going and what they were doing. And one of the guys was talking about an issue that he was having. And that issue was the fact that he has made monumental changes to his life and the way that he is emotionally, mentally and physically, the way that he's conducting himself, the things that he is doing to improve himself. And what he has is what I would call crabs around him, nipping at his heels. Now let me talk about crabs. Some of you might have heard me talk about this. I'm going to tell this story. There was this family of 3 and they walked on to this pier, Sunday morning walk, and they walked to the very end of the pier. And the young lad saw a fisherman and he asked if he could go over and see the fisherman and talk to him, and the parents were like, yep, off you go. So he went running over to the fisherman and noticed beside him this bucket of crabs, like all of these crabs that this fisherman had caught. They were all in and amongst this bucket. There was loads of them, but one particular crab caught the boy's eye, and it caught his eye because he was slowly making his way up to the very top of the bucket and was almost at the very top to be able to jump out and escape from that bucket from all the other crabs. And the boy warned the fisherman, said, "Sir, you're about to lose one of your crabs." And the fisherman said, "You don't need to worry, he's not going anywhere. Just keep watching." So as the boy watched on, he saw, just as the crab was about to jump over the bucket, or out of the bucket, that all of the other crabs that were in there managed to grab hold of him and drag him back down into that bucket. Now, I've seen this situation so many times personally and with many other men, okay, as I've done this job. Many people get to the very edge of the bucket or getting out of the life that they used to live. The one where they used to go to the pub with all of the guys after work, the one where they used to be stressed and frustrated, the one where they just used to neglect themselves. And now, that particular guy is making changes. He wants to be fitter. He doesn't want to drink all the time. He doesn't want to be in that environment. He doesn't want to be in that culture. And what you'll have are crabs all around you, trying to drag you back down into that bucket. And that's what we were talking about with that guy last night. He was getting disheartened, frustrated and stressed because all the other lads were like, "Why are you eating fruit? Why aren't you coming to the pub? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" And what you'll end up finding is that behind all of those comments, all of those reasons that people are nipping away at you and trying to drag you back down to their level, is that the minute that you start to make changes to your life, that means that they have to start looking at their life. That exposes the way that those particular people are. It makes them feel guilty, bitter, and jealous about the things that you are doing. And they feel like they are going to be left behind. Quite often, underneath all of that ego and all of that nippiness is a desire to change, is desire to be better. But what quite often happens is that because they aren't moving forwards, because they are staying the same and they are pissing it up, and their relationships aren't as good as they could be, or they're not as in good a shape as they could be, they see you doing it and it makes them feel shit about themselves. So they try to make you feel shit. And you will always have that. And I'm going to tell you now that when you change, you will change the people that you hang around with. When you change, you will change the people and the environments that you hang around with. You will end up hanging around, whether it's virtually or physically, with the people that make you feel good about yourself, with the people that recognize your wins, when the people are clapping when you've achieved something, when the people that help you raise your game. You'll start to look for a different type of individual to hang around with, or be around with, or listen to. And you'll change your circle of influence. And instead of being in that influence of, come to the pub, why are you fucking working out? Why are you being such a dick? You then have, okay, are we going to push our BB today? Shall we get out and go for that walk this weekend? Well done on that achievement. And you very much can, it is very much clear to say that the people that you hang around with, or the top 5 people that you are around, either whether it's virtually listening or whether it's physically, are a direct influence on the way that you are. So if you hang around with 5 keen sportsmen, it's more than likely that you are going to be influenced in way and being a sportsman. If you're hanging around people who are driven in entrepreneurship, then you're going to be driven in entrepreneurship. You know, if you're going to be driven around five people who are very focused on nutrition, then you more than likely are going to be focused on nutrition. But if you hang around 5 or so people that are very much influenced by drinking culture, fucking being a twat, being negative, like ignoring yourself and laughing at everyone else that's running and taking the mick out of them, then you'll end up being that influence. Okay? And that's what the important part is where when it comes to change, you are always going to have fucking crabs around you that are going to try and drag you back down. It's your job to fucking be able to jump over the side out of that bucket and make the changes and leave them behind. All right, guys, I hope that helps. I hope that really gives you some clarity in terms of you getting your own way, living your life, not worrying about what everyone else says, giving 0 fucks about what people think of you, and just doing what you want to do and having the faith in yourself to follow it through. All right? Have a great day. I'll catch you soon.